As they sped through the night, they kept checking the rearview mirror, reassuring himself. Charlie still slept. As Jessica twined her fingers in her hair, looking down on her face in wonder, John met her eyes in the mirror and saw his own thoughts in her face. She's here. She's alive. Shirley raced down the hill, exhilarated, almost leaping, like she felt like if she went fast enough, she might take off and fly. Her heart was beating in a new rhythm. The night air was cool and fresh, and all her senses felt heightened. She could see anything, hear anything, do anything. She reached the bottom of the hill and took off the next one, and she had parked the car behind it. She smiled into the night, picturing Aunt Jen's face in the moment it had dawned on her what was about to happen. That smooth, near impenetrable calm had ruptured. The cold blooded woman had become a soft, frightened animal in the space of an instant. At least she had the dignity not to beg. Charlie thought, or maybe she just knew it wouldn't help. She shivered, then shrugged. They have been having pleasantries. Then Charlie gave Jen a wide, cruel smile and Jen screamed. Charlie advanced on her and she screamed again. This time, Charlie choked off the noise, grabbing Aunt Jen by the throat. She lifted her off her feet and slammed her into a door with such force it clattered in its hinges. Her aunt tried to call away and she caught her by her hair, now sticky with blood, and threw her into the wall again. This time she did not try to run, and Charlie crouched beside her and put a hand around her throat again, taking her time now, relishing the feeling of her aunt's pulse beneath her fingers and the terrified look in her eyes. Jan opened and closed her mouth, gulping like a fish, and Charlie roached for a moment considering. Is there something you'd like to say? She asked mockingly. Jen made a tiny, pained nod, and Charlie leaned in close so she could whisper, keeping an iron grip on her throat. Jen took a thin, rattled breath, and Charlie reluctantly lightened the pressure enough to hear her speak. Her aunt wheezed for a moment, trying twice to speak before the words made it out. I've always loved you, Charlie. Charlie pulled back and gave Aunt Jen a calm look. I love you too, she said softly, and then she ripped open her stomach. I really do. Charlie reached her car. She was running so fast she could run a few yards past before she could stop. She wanted to keep running to keep this feeling alive. She opened and closed her fists. The blood of them was tacky and growing uncomfortable. She started the car and opened the trunk to get the first aid kit she always carried. Standing in the beam of the headlights, Charlie took out some gauze and hydrogen peroxide and carefully wiped her hands clean finger by finger. When she was done, she examined them and nodded satisfied. Then she got in the car and sped off into the dark. That was not Charlie at all.